Welcome to this session of OpenMentor.net. In this session, we are going to see form inputs. How to use forms so that people can enter data. One is basic websites where you give the information. Another is web application and data capture forms. So travel sites and other places you have to enter some data so that data can be passed on to the backend for further processing. So here to give forms you have to use form/form tags. Within that, this is a standard text because this is not embedded in any particular tags. So this is a standard text which is also a label. Now there is a new portion called input. Input type equal to text. Input is a tag. Type equal to text means it's a text box, and we are giving an internal name, a name equal to first name, something like that. This is for internal reference. Again, I have given another label last name. This is also a text box. Then there is a thing called password. Then we have used, rather than type equal to text box, we have used type equal to password. So let us see how this looks like on our page. So the label appears as it is. Then there are three text boxes appearing. So let me type here John Baker. When I type in the text boxes, you could see those letters. Now I am going to type hello, Hello. You don't see that appearing over here because this is a password text box. So password text box, when you type, you will not see those characters. Instead, you will see the dots or asterisks. This is a basic data capturing controls. Now we are going to add a few more check buttons and radio buttons. Let us see how that looks. Now we have added two radio buttons. I have given a caption called gender. Then I have given two more inputs, but their type is not text. The type is radio. This is a radio button. Then this is, one is having a value male, one is having a value female. So I have given those text. So since the type is radio, this will display as a radio button. Now I have used something called another field I am interested in. I have used another two inputs. Those are check boxes. Those are check boxes. You can turn on or off, sports and music. Let us see how this gets displayed. So these are all the normal text boxes. This is a password box. This is a radio button. Okay, so only one will be on at a given point of time. Then you could see this is the check button, so you can on or off independently. So one is a radio button, another is a check button. Now we will add a combo box and a larger text also. Let us see how that looks like. I have added one more group. I have got something. What is that? I say it's a select tag. Select /select means it's a combo box. The name is given as education. Now within the select I have got multiple options. Each one is a combo box option. One is a UG degree, another is a PG degree, another is PhD. So select and then the option value. The option values must be distinct. So once I have given this, let us see how that looks on the page. Okay, now it says I have got, it shows a combo box. Now you can pull down and then do a selection. So this is a basic combo box. I have added one more section about myself. But this about myself cannot be contained in a single line. So what I'm using is, rather than text, I'm using a tag called text area. The number of rows is 10 and the number of columns is 40, and then a default text I have given it. Let us see how this looks like in the page. So the label appears as it is. It has given a specific text area. This is a single line text box. These are all like a single line text boxes. This is called a text area. So you can type anything about yourself with so many characters. So you can have single line or a multi-line text boxes also. I have added one more set of tags called field set. The field set used to create a block and then the line surrounding them for a set of fields. Now I have created a field set / field set. There is a legend and / legend tags. Within that I have given as communication details, my phone number, mobile number, email ID. So those three are the normal text boxes. So I have created a field set. Basically I am grouping these three into one field set called communication details. Once you save this, this is how it will look like. You see communication details over here. There is a border that it draws, then phone, mobile, email. These three details will appear below that so that it looks like a particular group. So personal information, official information, family information, vehicle information, those things can be grouped with a border. Okay, now having got all these data in this particular form, first name, last name, phone number, the educational qualification, interest, gender, and the communication details. Then finally I want to submit that. To submit that as a button, if you want to create a button, you need to use input type equal to submit. Then we are using value equal to submit. So this will create a push button. Okay, now let us go back. If you see this form, now I have created a submit button over here. You can give the label as submit or save or send, something like that. So the button will appear like this. Okay, now when I click this button, what should happen? So at the form level, you will say an attribute called action equal to HTML form action.asp. It can be anything. For example, save my data.php. It can be anything. It can be PHP, ASP, it can be Perl, whatever. So when somebody submits the form by pressing that submit button, this action will be called, that will internally call a PHP or ASPX or ASP routine, and there are two methods called get and post. Right now I am using the method called get. So in HTTP you can use get and post methods. First let us see you can use this get method because this is very simple at this point of time. We will see how to use get and post when we see this web application development. So at this point of time, please remember this can be either get or post. So you define the forms in form tags. You define all the fields in terms of input or selects or a text area. Then you define a button by giving value or the type equal to submit. When somebody clicks on it, what should I do? You define an action and what is the HTTP method in which it has to communicate. So the form will appear like this, and then once you enter all these things, if you click this, right now there is no PHP file. If I click on it, nothing will happen. It says this is what I have done, but nothing comes over here. So it says this is not found because I have not created that particular page. So if you have got that page or the PHP or the ASP page inside that, it will really work. So it will actually call the PHP or the ASP or the ASPX routine. Then the action will happen on the server side. So with this, we stop the HTML forms here. Thank you.